Boy, has it been an exhausting week. Exhausting and quite eventful. On Wednesday, a couple of boys came in. They were acting real shifty, but I was in the back stalking, trying to organize the Gatorade, which was, holy crap, a huge mess after Pepsi came and just left us a whole mess. So these boys were wandering around, acting real shifty. They were in the store for like 10 minutes, and it seemed like they were waiting for all the customers to leave, because we had a pretty steady flow of customers at that point in time, and they were just coming in and out, and every time someone came in, looking at the security footage, I was watching them. Like, every time someone would come in, they would go talk to each other, look disappointed, concerned, go outside, come back inside. So then they finally got their opportunity, and the both of them grabbed a 6-pack of Mike's Hard Lemonade, those glass bottles, and they ran out the door. Now keep in mind, these kids were I thought they were about 13. I thought they looked my daughter's age. Apparently they're 14 and they are freshmen in high school. I knew they were young, but damn. So I had a feeling, because they looked around my daughter's age, that my daughter would know who they are. And sure enough, she does. She went to school with them. She's like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and so-and-so. They live in those apartments over down there. So, obviously I had to call the police at the time, in the moment, and nothing was really done. They went and looked for them. I doubt they found them. But now that I know where they live and all of that, more information now that I knew who they were, I actually called the next day the non-emergency line to give them an update and more information about the crime that had happened the previous day. And so I talked to the officer on the phone, and I was like, I don't want to press charges because they're children. However, their parents need to know what happened. Their parents definitely need to know that they've been stealing alcohol at a gas station. And I thought that having an officer show up to their house would scare the bejesus out of them, and they would maybe think twice about doing something stupid like that again. And so from there, after my conversation with the officer, I don't actually know what happened, but I am hoping that someone went out to talk to them. I'm hoping their parents found out, and I'm hoping they're in a buttload of trouble via their parents, because I know if it was my child who is 14-year-old and stole alcohol from a gas station, I would be pretty dang upset. My child would lose all kinds of privileges, even privileges she didn't even know she had. Because holy cow, that is it's like the beginning of a long road of bad. Because I see older people who have been clearly doing shit like this since they were that age, and it kills me to think of kids growing up and becoming that type of person. But there's still a chance, So that was that incident. It was a whole big kerfuffle. I'm also just in general, I guess, exhausted, because the more time goes on, the more I realize just how much the employee that quit used to do around the store. I think everything was probably him. He hardly left any work for anyone else. So now that he's gone, every time I check something that is usually well stocked and usually kept up on by the other employees, it's almost empty. I looked at the Pepsi cooler today, and we were out of Mountain Dew Baja Blast, and I was like, we literally just got a case on the truck 2 days ago. We're not out. They go in the back, and of course the full case is sitting there. Nobody has opened it and put the things on the shelf. And I'm like, why? Nobody. it's really, really shocking and it's like stark. And I'm tired, boss. I mean, at this point, I went home 5 minutes early today, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I keep finding more things that need to be done, and I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of climbing up on ladders and moving heavy boxes of shit. I'm tired of walking back and forth, and I'm tired of carrying heavy things. I'm just tired. And I'm going home. I was going to have to work tomorrow night, but I talked to the owner of the store because he came in to get the deposits and a change order. And he asked me, he's like, so how you doing? How you holding up? And I'm like, well, I'm pretty tired. He's like, well, at least it's Friday, right? You got the weekend. And I was like, no, I gotta work tomorrow because, you know, the one guy's still on vacation and I didn't have anyone to cover his shift. So I just thought I would have to do it. So he's like, all right, let me see if I can find someone. So he did. He found someone from one of the other stores to come and work the shift that I was expecting to do tomorrow. And I'm so grateful because I really didn't want it. Although I was looking forward to all the overtime, at this point I'm just like beating myself up. I'm exhausted. I'm sore. And my knees hurt. My back hurts and my hips hurt. All the typical old lady complaints. All right, well, I'm going to call it there. Y'all have a lovely, lovely Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.